All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Las Vegas Raiders. That was one of the craziest finishes I have ever seen. I'm sure a lot of you guys would agree with that. I have no idea what Jakobi Meyers was thinking. I really don't know. He said he wanted to be the hero, or he was trying to be the hero, and he saw Mac Jones open. I don't know why that logic would ever make sense. But neither here nor there, the Las Vegas Raiders, they keep their playoff hopes alive. They get to 6-8 on the season. We saw Darren Waller return. He caught 3 passes, 48 yards, and a touchdown. We saw Hunter Renfrow make his return. He only had 1 catch. But all in all, I liked what I saw from the Raiders, all right? Specifically in that fourth quarter where they put up 13 points, obviously with that defensive touchdown, that Chandler Jones stiff arm on Mac Jones. I mean, that is completely and utterly embarrassing. If I was Mac Jones, I would be very pissed off right now because that's just embarrassing. But Chandler Jones continues to impress me, especially as of late. Stats don't do Chandler Jones justice. I will just say that. But welcome back to the channel. Today, obviously, we're talking Raiders. If you guys enjoy it and you want more Raiders content, let me know. But hit that like button, hit that sub button. If we could try to get to 1,000 likes for this Raiders victory, that would be awesome. Now, the way I look at the offense for this game, I actually kind of liked what I saw. All right, for most of the game, and keep in mind, the New England Patriots have a really talented defense, like a very, very good defense. I know they are missing some pieces, but what team isn't missing pieces at this point in the season? Josh Jacobs almost ran for 100 yards. He averaged 4.2 yards per run. We saw Keelan Cole with that crazy touchdown there at the end of the game. We'll talk about that a little later on in the video. We saw 3 receptions to Darren Waller. We saw 4 to Matt Collins and Davante Adams. We saw 2 to Josh Jacobs and Foster Moreau and Amir Abdullah. We also saw 1 catch for Hunter Renfrow. I liked the way the ball was spread out. I absolutely liked the way that the ball was spread out. But defensively, I know that Stevenson ran it right up the gut, and that was not ideal. He averaged 9.1 yards per rush on 172 total yards, just 19 carries. But when we take a look at Mac Jones' stats, and just with the eye test, I mean, they completely owned Mac Jones all game. Mac actually had nothing going all game. He finished with a QBR of 12.2. I'm no mathematician, but that is not good. 13 of 31, 112 yards, just 3.6 yards per completion. They stuffed Mac Jones. He had nothing going. And I'm still going to take this win. Obviously, you could nitpick a couple of different things with it. Like, Keelan Cole, that touchdown at the end of the game, it was a phenomenal throw by Derek Carr. Once the replay came in, it did kind of look like Keelan's foot was on the chalk. But, the Raiders really never get any calls. In fact, they had 13 penalties today. It was not a clean game at all. But I'm glad to see 1 penalty for once in the entire season go the Raiders' way. And I still got to say this, man. First off, their playoff chances are still alive. The Chargers' victory was definitely unideal. I was a little surprised that happened, but Tennessee is kind of currently a massive train wreck. They're still playing for something. All right, and I know we heard that apparently this is a big evaluation period for Derek Carr. I guess the last 9 years wasn't enough time to get good film on him, but now you have a healthy Darren Waller, you have a healthy Hunter Renfrow. I still fully believe Derek Carr will be back next season, but it's just nice because regardless of if the Raiders make the playoffs, I want to see the momentum switch back in their favor. The way this team started their season, which, by the way, they've won 4 of their last 5 football games, obviously that just disgusting loss to the Rams, we would be having a completely different conversation right now, sitting at 7-7 with a much better chance to make the playoffs. But regardless if they finish 9-8, or if they finish 8 or 9, or they go 9-8, they make the playoffs, or they just miss, no matter what happens, what I want to see is the momentum get back on their favor. All right, that's what I want to see. I want to see the momentum get back on the Raiders' side, which it has been for the last 5-ish weeks, excluding last week or that last Thursday game. What is that, 10 days ago, something like that. I don't fully love Josh McDaniels' play calling. I still view it as, all right, run, pass. Run, pass. Run, pass. I don't see too much creativity come out of it. When we have seen some creativity, there have been some mistakes, there have been some laughs, but the last possession, I did like the play calling, and I think it is a step in the right direction. First year head coach for the Raiders, I should say. It's not all going to be perfect. All right, but I really like how resilient this Raiders team has been because, like I said, the way they started this season at 2-7, they had phenomenal playoff chances heading into the season. There were even some Super Bowl chances heading into this season. I was sitting here thinking all offseason that this was going to be a top 5 undisputed offense. They still are a really solid, really talented offense. Defensively, they've had a bunch of issues. I get it. Put some money into it. Get some draft picks. Keep building that defense up. Keep the offense as it is. Finalize that offensive line, right? Because they're missing a bunch of guys right now. And you could tell at various points of yesterday's game, Derek Carr did not have much time. Just get healthy and keep building, man. I still feel good about the Raiders' outlook, man. I'm trying to just essentially enjoy the ride because it's been one hell of a ride this season. And I think that's the beautiful part about football is enjoy the ride. There's going to be a bunch of highs. There's going to be a bunch of lows. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy it. If we were talking about failure and success, if the only thing about success in football is winning championships, a lot of people would be miserable, right? So I'm going to enjoy this ride. I'm going to enjoy this victory. If I was Bill Belichick, I would quit right now. That's obviously a little dramatic, but I cannot believe that the Patriots just lost the way they did. I think that is the perfect time to build some momentum because they really got the life sucked out of them last week against the Rams, 17-16 loss. But before that, they took down the Chargers, playoff team. They took down the Seahawks, playoff team. They took down the Broncos, a divisional opponent. So we only have 3 games left on the slate. Steelers, Christmas Eve, that's going to be a phenomenal game. All right. San Francisco on New Year's Day, that's also going to be a phenomenal game. And then Kansas City to finish off the season. And, Kansas City might have the 1 seed. I still think the Bengals will beat them there. So I think Kansas City will not be resting anybody week 18. I think it will be an intense matchup. I don't think Kansas City will have anybody resting for the most part. And I still think the Raiders win out. All right, and if you can go to end the season after starting 2-7, losing to guys like Jeff Saturday in his first ever head coaching appearance, Jacksonville, who's actually a pretty solid team, the shutout against the Saints, the nail-biter losses to the Chiefs, the Titans, the Cardinals, the Chargers. If you can finish out the season with all these wins, I would feel very good about it heading into the upcoming season. What would that be? 7 of your last 8 games would be victories. That's the momentum I want to see for the Raiders to finish off the season, regardless of what the future holds. I want to go into the offseason with a smile on my face and at least feeling hopeful again, which is how I feel right now. So hit that like button, hit that sub button. But guys, most importantly, go ahead, let me know what you guys are thinking about the Raiders down below. Share some thoughts on yesterday's game against New England, and I'll see you guys later.